Friends, I told you I'd be back, and here we are in another early morning. Not quite as early as yesterday, though, right? Here on the farm, and today I wanted to talk just a little bit about weathering the storms of flower farming, right? So I say that because the storms never stop coming, y'all. Just like the storms that we face in the real true weather. And I'll tell you, yesterday I got a brochure in the mail from our insurance company. Our insurance is with Erie, and they send out like a quarterly newsletter, kind of a nice thing to kind of update you on stuff. Anyway, that's what it said on the cover. Weathering the storms. And I thought that is exactly what I feel like as I've gone through business these last 25 years. And so you may or may not have heard that we are, we have a special offer this week on 2 of our courses, my Flower Farming School course, The Basics, as well as Dave Dowling's, which is Expand Your Business, right? It's about bulbs, perennials, woodies, and more. And y'all, we have 2 pileated woodpeckers that are just having a blast on this farm this morning. So if you see me looking, can you hear them? That's them. That's what pileated. They're huge. We watched them play on the tree a minute ago. Anyway, I got a great video to post in a little while. So the 2 courses are from our Flower Farming School series. Mine is The Basics, which is all about getting your business set up and figuring out how to have time to do business. Because here's the thing that I was so surprised by, and we find it over and over again in people not realizing this. The flowers of a flower farm are a small slice of the business pie. The rest of that pie is business stuff, y'all. And there they go. Hear them? I don't know what they're doing, but they're flying over our heads, y'all. Oh my gosh. I hope they're thinking about nesting here. Anyway, sorry. Totally distracted by birds. Totally lost my train of thought, y'all. Business. So, Jenny Love and I, 3 weeks ago, she and I were doing an interview, and I said that I thought that the flowers, as part of a flower farming business, were like a third of the business. The rest of it is the business stuff. It's the literal business part, then it's the selling and taking care of all of that business. She felt strongly that it was even less than that. And so that's why I think that is the part that is so surprising to people, even people that have been in for 2 or 3 years, because they haven't really been addressing those issues. So the business part of it is really a lot of what my course is about getting started, figuring out when to have time to take care of the business. And then, of course, it's about, building a work, like, for instance, like right now we are working on, I'll turn my camera so you can see, building a commercial garden versus just a regular old big garden. Andrew's actually out there mulching pathways with a wheelbarrow and a shovel. I've scooped up some mulch. And there's just different ways to do things. And then it's about, what are you going to grow? Who are you going to sell it to? How do you do commercial seed starting? And y'all know that I have no greenhouses. I still don't. I do everything indoors on racks and grow lights. And then what I also consider a huge problem that we're facing in our industry right now is the last whole class is how to cut, harvest, and condition the flowers. Y'all, my social media feed is full of flowers that are too old to be sold. It doesn't mean that they're ready to be trashed. It means that they're at the stage they should be when they're in the customer's hands, right? So that's what my course is about. And then Dave's course builds on that. He takes you, now that you have some customers and you know a little bit about what you're doing, you start adding the crops that are more of an investment, that you don't want to be risking doing that before. Not that any of us ever really know what we're doing at this point, because everything is always changing. But Dave's course is all about bulbs, perennials, and woodies. And you can actually go to both of our course pages. In fact, you can actually just comment here, bundle, B-U-N-D-L-E, and I'll DM you the link to the page that has both of our course information and compares it. But you can also go to our individual course pages and see what's called the syllabus. That's just an outline, and you can see all the bulbs and the perennials and the woodies that he talks about is what I was getting at. So just comment bundle and that'll be DM'd to you. But I want to talk more about weathering the storm. So one of the things that made me really understand just even deeply how important it is to have somebody to lean on. You may or may not know, my husband has a family business with his family that's just had their 50th year anniversary. His dad started it. And so Steve is pretty consumed in his own business world, but I, at dinner every night, especially when I am struggling, as I am right now, y'all, there's always something new to master. How, even though he is not really knows much, he does know about my business, but what I'm saying is he's not in the daily workings of the challenges, the problems, what we need to do, what we should do, all of that stuff. I can't tell you what a mentor he is to me in business. For me to just be able to have a sounding board to say, oh my gosh, I have to do this, or this costs that much, or how am I going to pay for this, or is it worth doing that? Should I do it? And it's just so valuable. By the end of dinner, oftentimes he has not contributed anything beyond, have you thought about this? Which doesn't really, even though I guess what I'm trying to say, even though he's not in the same business that I'm in, his wisdom and experience in business has become priceless to me in helping me take these steps to do bigger and wider things, right? So even what I'm getting at is, even if you think you might want to do a business model that's so different than anything anybody else has done, or we might not address it specifically in our courses, friends, I'm here to tell you that once you're grounded in your basic foundation information, not only will you gain benefit, but those other people, especially in our community, y'all, the community of courses. So I have people that have been in my community for 5 years, so they've gone well ahead of the people that are just coming in, and they are so wonderful about supporting and holding up people. So the mentorship of being a part of a course, because our courses, you have lifetime unlimited access, right? Not just to the course, but to the community. And I am learning that that's a little bit different about our courses. We don't have a time length on like get in there and get your information and get out, so we can shut it down. That's not in fact. We just bring the new students in that choose to be a part of it in as they join, to be able, because that is a really, really priceless part. So some of the things that I see happening in that community, as well as going through the course and seeing, I'm say pretty often, we don't know what we don't know. But it helps you to clear your vision. If you have some, like me, I get these harebrained ideas, and until I sound them off to somebody, they'll say, that is an awesome idea. What if you did it this way? So helpful, right? Or it's like, you might have not have considered X, Y, Z. I cannot tell you how much that happens in our community, but it's all rooted in what people learn and find out about when they're going through the courses and just learning about the cut flower industry. It's kind of like finding your map. You know what I mean? It's like looking at this vast picture and saying, where am I going to go? And then it offers you the steps to get along. And I will tell you, friends, don't feel like you are a failure if you change course. That is what it's all about, right? Is learning a little bit and saying, not going to do that, but maybe if I went this way. That is the joy of being your own boss. That you have, the choices are really just up to you. And something for me that is really, really major, I don't know about you, but I don't know if you get fearful about things, whether it is making an investment or tearing up an old garden or I mean, there's just so many steps. Fear of walking in the front door of a florist shop, or doing your first farmer's market, or approaching a supermarket, or, I can remember the time that I had to call corporate for the fresh market. That was a supermarket that we sold to for several years. And I was so nervous. I mean, I had my piece of paper with all the questions. I thought, all the answers of numbers and things. And I just can't tell you how helpful it was to me. You know who had my back? Pamela Arnowski. Pamela and Frank are like the rock stars in the flower farming world, and she's the one that gave me a talking to. I happened to literally meet her in the hallway at a conference, and it changed everything for me. That's what being a part of a course community does to you. Not only do you have access to your instructors through your community, but other people, a sounding board, and for people to confirm or say, have you even thought about this issue? Or I did that and this is what happened to me. Those conversations happen over and over and over again. And the difference in these closed private communities and some of the public communities is the people that are in your private community have made the same investment you have. They've bought a course. They have put some rubber in the game, right? People out in public, open, not when I say public, I know that they have to ask to join, but people that have made no investment to be in that group other than maybe answering some questions, right? Have opinions about things that oftentimes they have never done, they have never been successful at. That is the big difference between our private communities and what you get out in the open field. And I will also say that you can, and so if you type bundle, just type bundle, don't put any other. I'm not sure if it comes through, if it signals the automation to put it to DM you. So if you would like to take a look at our special bundle page that compares mine and Dave's course so you see exactly what's included, there's videos there from students you can watch. You actually can get a sneak peek into both of our courses. So check that out. So in our community, we don't have, not only, I will say that we, to my knowledge, in all these years that we've maintained these communities, we've never really had slap talking. You know what I'm talking about? People making snide remarks or bad comments. And you know what the difference is? People, the community members are all people that have the same goal as you do. And they've put rubber in the game. That's the difference. Out on social media, there's nobody, they can just say whatever they want. There's no reason for them to want to be supportive, and they haven't done it. So that is a really big part of it. And then the last two things that I want to say is I cannot tell you the confidence building that being a part of these courses. For instance, especially, it's really too late. You should have already ordered your bulbs. Like, that's what you'll learn from Dave. You should be ordering tulips when the tulips are blooming, right? But let's just say you're you joined today, you purchased the courses, and you are trying to order tulips. You can go straight into the tulip section on Dave's course because you get immediate access to both the courses, the entire courses. You can go in and see what variety. If you think that doesn't matter, you're prepared to lose money. Variety is everything, and then how you grow them. But to have the confidence when you are faced with the endless selection of different varieties to grow, which ones do you grow, right? The confidence that you receive from doing that, to be able to go in and see what varieties of flowers I recommend that you get started with, the low investment, high return, the flowers that I literally built my 25-year-old business on, right? So the confidence, you stand taller. This is something I'm just thinking so many instances are rolling around in my head right now, y'all. People saying tomorrow, I'm taking my flowers and I'm going to the first florist. And then all of the community members start chiming in and saying, you can do it. But better than that, they can say, look, I did that like a month ago and I wished I'd have remembered to do this or to do that, or don't do this or don't do that, right? your confidence, it changes. You know what you know. But having confidence is what makes you communicate that you are the professional that you're going to become by going through these courses. And that is perhaps, sometimes people say things like, well, I don't really want to be a professional. Well, you know what a professional means is that you're going to succeed at business in a very different way than people that dabble at it. Being a professional means pricing your product according to the industry, not what you think it's worth or what you would actually pay for it. First off, you'll never have a business long term pricing your products that way, but also undercutting other professionals that is just not good for your business. It's not good for anybody's business. And there's a reason that there is a standard price of products, y'all. That's how much it costs to produce it, to produce a profit so that a business can actually run. So, what I would say to you is when you embark and take part in our courses and purchase them, you have somebody standing behind you. You have think about somebody standing with their hand on your back, just standing behind you, not even necessarily saying a word, right? That's what it's all about. So if you want to have a peek at our special offer, the special offer ends tomorrow, Friday night. That would be October 20th, I believe. I think today's the 19th. October 20th at 8 p.m., I believe, is when the special goes off. You get both mine and Dave's course for $995. That's about $150 savings over any special we have offered for 2 years. And friends, you have unlimited lifetime access. And think of our courses as reference tools. You can definitely, and I totally recommend that you sit down and listen to the entire courses like a podcast, driving down the road, doing whatever you're doing, working in your garden, and then later watching the actual videos that are in there. But the high value, and we have invested a lot in actually making this possible. My course is 100% time stamped, which means you can keyword search and find where that subject is throughout the course, and you can go right in there and cherry pick what you want to watch. Dave's course is actually set up that way. You can go in and go right to tulips, right to lilies, right to dahlias, right to ranunculus, right to anemones, right to lilacs or whatever, peonies, freesia, all of these just lists and lists of flowers. Oh, and there is my girl, Wanda. Wanda, thank you. And in case you don't know, this is our friend Wanda, who is an Alaskan peony grower, who was a teacher herself and is a student of many of our courses. She always reminds us that courses you take to improve your business are tax deductible, y'all. So friends, you're gonna keep hearing from me, because I think many of us, our industry, and I also want to blow this out of the water, there are not too many flower farmers. We talk about this, Dave and I, over and over again. As long as we're selling billions of dollars of flowers every year in the United States alone, the current number is $7 to $8 billion of cut flowers a year, with the forecast for 2025 to be $12 billion. There is room for everybody. Let me tell you what the big difference is. We have a major shortage of professional flower growers in reaching the actual customers and the way that they present their product and the quality of their product, and the way that they do business. And again, I'm going to say, 3/4 of a flower farm is about the business. It's not about the flowers. The flowers are the product. Think about a retail store. Just stand in a store and think about, what does it take for that box of cereal to be on that shelf? It is no different for us. And that's what most people are missing. And I'm telling you, friends, it is a fairly simple process once you know the steps to do. And that's what these courses will do for you. So you can get both mine and Dave's. And I will tell you another little nugget. If you make that decision to buy our courses, when you're checking out, you're going to be given a third offer. And that third offer is the third school that's in the flower farming series, which is growing cut flowers in hoop and greenhouses is going to be offered to you at a special price. This is the only way you can get this offer is to, once you get mine and Dave's, Gretel and Steve Adams of Sunny Meadow Flower Farms course is offered to you for $495. That's $100 off of that price. So you get my course, Dave's course, and their course. Their course will not be available until November 6th, but you're getting it a week earlier than the public will when it actually goes on sale mid-November. You're going to get all three of those courses basically for $1,500, and those courses are so you can mine them for the rest of your career. I'm telling you. And we purposely keep our courses very affordable for the starting out flower farmers. Instead of, those courses individually would be sold for much more if we valued them in the amount of content that you actually get. And that's because we all have teacher hearts. And we really want to support and walk with you. And so just think about that. What would it be like to have a community and instructors standing behind you when you're facing decisions, issues, celebrations? That's one of the best parts, is the celebrations. That gives me goosebumps. Literally, I just got goosebumps, y'all, when I'm thinking about certain people. And I don't know if y'all go and check out my stories today. One of our students, which is Rimrock Flower Farm in Montana, several of the members of the Montana Cut Flower Association, which is a co-op, or a collective, are our students. And we are just so proud of what they're doing. Watch her little video that's in my story. I mean, it was very moving to me. And that's the kind of confidence you get when you feel like you're standing on solid ground. So, friends, the special's only available till tomorrow night. Today's Thursday. It's Friday night. $995, and that is a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but I promise you, if you implement a small BB in the Astrodome from what's in that course, it'll save you a minimum of that much money, and you'll make that back in no time. I'm the numbers girl. I always think, so what do I have to do to make $995? Well, for me, that would have been 2 20-week subscriptions. Or that would have been, a farmer's market morning. And that's how I evaluate it. It's like you can't not invest in your business in this way. And you have to set yourself apart. Get out of that pool of the people that are just kind of winging it and figuring things out and just kind of jumping from media to media. And, you don't have to do that. And so join me and Dave, and we would love to see you inside of Flower Farming School. Our courses have bonuses that go along with them. You can see all of that if you comment bundle. Here, we will DM you the link to get all that. All right, friends, I'm going to go to work now. And I think Andrew probably needs more mulch in that tractor behind me. And till we meet again, friends, and I hope to see you on the inside of Flower Farming School online, because we would love to have you alongside us, and the industry needs you. Ciao.